Hello and welcome everyone to 30 minutes learning. In the video series we discussing about how to create tool page application, and we will also learn usage of SAP UI5 SDK. In the last section we discussed about single page application and the master detail application. If you're not seen by last video, I strongly recommend to watch the last video. I give that link for the last video in this video description. Please check that video if you not see. So now we go to in this section. So now you are seeing in this screen, this is this screen created based on tool page component. So this tool page component is under TNT namespace. This is the tool page controller. So in this video we're going to see how to use this tool page to create this type of application. So let's go into WebIDE, create a new project from template, select that SAP UI5 application. So this template we're going to use, project name tool page, namespace development, so dev shortly I give. So view name, we're going to give that view name as a base. Okay, now our template is created. Now we just run this application without editing any code. If you run this application without editing code, this page look like we saw in the template while creation. Similarly, this page it will shown here. Okay, you see, this is our template. Now we're going to change code. Go to view. In this view, under we create a base view. Double click that base view, and you see shell under that app pages and page and content aggregation. So instead of this cell app pages, we're going to use that tool page. So what we need to do, first step, we need to add SAP.TNT namespace in our XML view. So I'm going to add that namespace here, XML NS TNT SAP.TNT. So next I remove all code here. So tool page we're going to add, so TNT tool page, so ID app, if you look at that aggregation, three main port it's present here. So header, SideNavigation, and this is the main content. We're going to add that three aggregation inside that view. Okay, here we go. Now I added that three aggregations: header, site content, and main content. So one by one we go. So look at here one button in that left corner, and tool page header title, and right side corner buttons are there. Similarly, we're going to create here. So we're going to add header aggregation, toolbar, iTool header. Next, if you see view implementation, so we can implement any of the uh, controller, shell bar, or tool header. So we're going to take tool header now. So next, look at that aggregation. So content SAP core controller. So we can use SAP core controller based all components inside the tool header. So now first we need that left side corner one button, and title header, and three button in the right side corner. So overall 4 buttons we needed. So if you see here, space between the button and the in this header name. So we're going to use toolbar spacer for this space. Then we're going to use that label. And then we're going to use that another one toolbar spacer. Okay, now header part is completed. We check that header part first. We run that application. Okay, I think it's little time taken, and we get something error. Base view XML file not found. header, site content, and main contents. Okay. iTool header, um, we check that aggregation again. ToolPage, aggregation, SideNavigation, sorry, not SideNavigation, header, tool header, content, I got it. Why it's happening? So you see in this tool page controller, in the aggregation site content, in that tool header. So we implement that directly. We can implement this tool header. So we don't need to tell this iTool header here. We can just comment it out. Then we rerun that application. Let's see what's happened. Yeah, here we go. Now we get our application. So side button and header and right side two buttons, we got it. So similarly we create our application in the header. So now we're going to add side navigation. So side content, we're going to use that side navigation. And check that aggregations. So item is a default aggregation, so we don't need to tell item inside the side navigation. We directly check this navigation list. Then we check that aggregation here. So here also item is a default aggregation, so we don't need to tell item aggregation inside the navigation list. So we can directly bind that navigation list item. Okay, so here we're going to check the properties. So icon, visible, has expander and expanded. So these are the things only. Now it's visible. If you click that show borrowed properties, it will give some other additional properties. The remaining properties comes from base controller. So this navigation list item, its base controller is a SAP UI core item. So this SAP UI core item, all properties it will adapt here also. So text, we're going to use that text key icon. So text property, home, and key, home, and the icon, we can give that icon last. Now we add some more pages, side navigation buttons. So page 1, page 2, so that's all for side navigation. Now we check that application. Okay, here we go. So now we added button side content. It will present here. Similarly, it's look like. So whenever you click that any button, it navigate to new pages. So like if you click that settings, so it will navigate another one page, and home it will navigate to another one page. So similarly we also going to create some other additional sub pages here. Then we give that routing for these pages. So for this before routing, we need to get some we need to create an event handler for this site content. So we're going to add a event for side navigation. So if you see that side navigation having that event for item select, so just add event here. On item select, so event name item select, on item select. So go to base controller, create another one function, add event. So if you see this in this get parameter item, give that SAP UI core item elements. So we can use this SAP UI core item methods. That means I will show you how to get which button user press. So o event dot get parameter get parameter P is caps and item okay. So I put some debugger here and we run the application. Then I will guide you how to use this event. So now if you click that home icon, home button, then it this event is now triggered. So we look at what's inside the user selected. Now you see this is the item 0 and a text home and a key home. So if I press the page 1, now user selected item 1. Inside if you see it's a text is page 1 and the key is a page 1. So that event hold that which side navigation button you clicked. So how to get that text and key values? So very simple. So you see this item only we binded in that event handler. So we can use that SAPUI core item all methods. So if you click that SAPUI core item and look at that methods, we have some methods like get key, get text, set key and set text. So now we need to get that key which button user clicked. So we're going to use this get key. So I clear and once again I click that home button and again click this also item 0 and inside it's a text is home and the key also home and now we're going to use that get key method. See, it's very simple to get that which button user clicked, which button based user click event based we can fetch in information. Actually this information very useful for while routing one page to another page, that time it's very useful. So now we know that what's inside the event. So next step, we need that content. So this is called main content in that view, base view. If you see that main contents, and I'm going to show you ToolPage aggregation main content. So main content is SAPUI core controller. So this is a master controller, so we can use that app. So app controller we can use inside the main contents. So I'm going to add app. So I give that ID for this app my page. Okay. So now we are going to create some sub pages. So how we going to create sub pages? So very simple. Right click that web view, web app, and a new SAPUI5 view. give that name home, any name you can give. So I give button home page 1 page 2. So I'm going to create three views: home, page 1 and page 2, page 1 page 2. So click that finish button. Okay, here we go. Now home view it's added here. Similarly, we're going to add two more views. So page 1 view I added here now. Now I'm going to add another one view, page 2. Okay, so now we're going to little bit edit that views, all views. So double click that home. So here we not need that app pages aggregation, just page aggregation is enough. Give the title home and page. Similarly, just remove that app and pages aggregation. While routing, we give that pages aggregation. So we already mentioned that app aggregation inside the main content, so it's automatically adapt while routing. So page 2, page 1. Okay, now we change the title for all pages. Now go to manifest JSON. Just collapse that SAP UI and SAP app. Now you see that third one, SAP UI5. This is the root view base. So this base view, we first initially we create that base view. So this view only it will call while running this application. Then dependencies, model and resources, routing. So here we going to binding some aggregation. So first step, remove that clear control aggregation. So in the target also we just remove this clear control aggregation. Then if you see the root, it's initially one root is already default it will create while template creation. Just remove that pattern and name it's okay. Now for your understanding purpose, I just make it as a default. That means this page always calling while initially running this application. So my target is home. So you see that target home, this home view only it will call while running the application. So this space it will call the home view. Okay, now first we check this aggregation is working or not. Um, Okay, something issue. Okay, so aggregation is missing. So we need to tell that aggregation, control aggregation for this home. So control aggregation pages. Similarly, we're going to add this control aggregation for page 1, page 2. Now we rerun the application. I just remove the URL after in index.html. Okay, control app does not have an aggregation called pages. Okay, so it's taking a control ID app. So this app we using that app for main tool page. So now our new app control ID is, we check our control, this app ID is my page. So this my page we need to bind here, this control ID instead of this app we need to bind here my app. Then we just rerun again. Okay, now it's all working. So if you click it's not navigate to any view because we only one view only we route only we created. We're going to create 3 routes, then only this home page 1 page 2 it will work while clicking dynamically. So first step, we need to create routes. So name, home, then pattern, home, then target. So in the target we're going to give home. So whenever URL in the slash home it will come, this pattern come, that time it will navigate to this home view. So similarly we're going to create two views, another 2 views. So just copy and paste here and rename the home page 1 and the pattern page 1 and the target page 1 and page 2 route I give here. Okay, just beautify the code, then it will look like nicer. So now we routing is completed. So we're going to binding a route inside the controller, base controller. So now we going to, we know where whenever user click that any side button you get that key. So that key name and this route name it's similar. So you can pass that key name here in the for routing and navigating to one page to another page. So for route, this dot get owner component dot get router dot nav to. So here you can post that user selected item. So get key. You can check here. So get key. Okay, it's all small. Okay, that's all. That's all for this navigation. Our routing is completed. Check our application. Click the page 1. We get error, something user dot get selected key is not a function. Okay, we put the debugger here. Again we click. So page 1, we get the result here. Get router.nav2. It's not working. User selected get key is not a function. Just clear again. Run. User selected dot key is not a function. It's not a function. Okay. Event. Okay. We add this dot get key in the top. User selected variable we bind inside the nav2. So this time just dot get owner component dot get router dot nav2. This time I manually give that value page 1. So it's working here. Same code, only here also I given. Okay, now we can check again. Rerun the application. Okay, so the root view with the ID container ToolPage base target base 1 did not find the root view. Okay, so page 1 control aggregation, we give it a pattern page 1 and target. Its route is working correct. So page 1, okay. Did not find the root view ID container ToolPage. So what's missing here? Okay, dot. Okay, dot is I'm missing dot. I forgot to give a dot here. Okay, home, click the button. Now we go, it's navigate to next page, page 1. So remove the debugger. So click page 2, it navigate page 2. Here we go. So navigation, its routing is working perfectly. So similar this application we also created here. Thank you guys. If you like this video, please share and subscribe my channel. We will see in next video. Thank you. Bye.